Hey friend, this is going to be the first of 3 videos that you're about to see from here in the garden of my wife's parents' house. But I'm just gonna dive right into this. I feel like I've left people hanging or out on a limb with the xt4 review that I'm making. And I am making an xt4 review. I have the silver version that's recording right now. And here's why I've kind of left you hanging is that I don't wanna make reviews where I haven't really used it. And I mean, I want to take it on professional projects where I'm being paid. I've got some skin in the game. I edit that footage. I turn it over to a client. I get feedback and I see how did the camera go through the whole process. So I'm sorry if that takes a little bit of time. It should be coming out soon, but here are my first impressions. And this is gonna sound silly, but if you liked the Xt3 as an owner, if you liked it or you loved it, or if as someone who almost bought the Xt3, you were really close, then the Xt4 is for you. It is the upgrade that makes sense. And that sounds silly, but with camera manufacturers, what can happen is that from one update to the next, from the 3 to the 4, what can happen is that they could either change some things that they really shouldn't have and leave you scratching your head and wondering, man, I liked the way it was. Why would you change that? Or they change nothing and you pay a brand new price for the camera that you just bought last year. And that's what I fear with updates, and that's why I'm always hesitant to be on the early adopting, and I usually don't. But I loved my Xt3 so much that I bought the Xt4, and I will tell you that the updates are worth it. The battery life, the ergonomics, and the IBIS, and I guess the flip screen, undecided yet, but those are worth the upgrade. And yes, the IBIS is 1 or 2 firmware updates away. I'm not an engineer, but I think it's software, and I think that it's 2 firmware updates away from being perfect. I'm guessing the first one is just gonna be some of the ugly bugs, I hope, and then maybe a second one will be more thorough. But that's my review so far. It seems like they gave a little bit more room on your ISO for some noise performance. And overall, I just enjoy handling it more than the Xt3 because the ergonomics are better. The battery is so good. I'm so thankful that I don't have to charge the battery or swap the battery every couple hours. For me, it's comparative to the A7 III battery. I was using the A7 III before FUJI, and it's comparable. The performance is, even with IBIS turned on, shooting 4K 60, yeah, it still lasts me a long time. So those are my first impressions. If there's anything that you are dying to know for the full review, please leave it down in the comments and I will try and address it. I have a bunch of stuff from you guys that I'm going to try and address in the full review. And it is coming, I promise, and it is a positive review, but there are a few things like the IBIS that I'm just either undecided on or maybe they're just not quite there yet. But love this camera. I'm so stoked to be using it. The Xt4 is great. Full review coming soon. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the Xt30 videos that are coming up in the next few. Peace.